A very good afternoon to everyone. Now I am going to discuss about planning, which is very important aspect in the Indian economy. First of all, when we get into some topic, we want to get to know some information about why it is and for what and how it is implemented. First, what is planning? Planning, it is just some planning to make some plans to achieve economic goals. For example, to achieve poverty alleviation or attaining full employment to all or full nutrition to all, like that, similar to that. That is what we call as planning. And how it comes. Planning, as India got independence in 1947, our ancestors just want to go to mixed economy model. In that, they have a huge task of solving many issues in which they got independence to a new country. First, they want to have a full nutrition security, because as the population of the time is 30 crore, nearly 2/3 of the population is still having ill effects of the poverty and famine, because very popular famines like Bengal famine or Irish famine, its impacts are in Indian economy also. So they want to plan according to how the economy is to be rebuilt. In that, they went for a mixed economy, that is, which have the aspects of capitalist economy and command economy, which is prevalent in USSR of that time. This planning, they got lead from the USSR initiative, which started in the year 1928. And at that time, the world was very much suffered due to the Great Depression. It entirely shattered all the lives of America as well as the Western Europe, the so-called developed economics of the time. It entirely vanished everything of the lives. And then, as some economists suggest, there is some need to state intervention in the economy rebuilding. Because before that, the economy is run only by the private, and there is a government role is very less role. So before the Adam Smith has proposed that planning, that is for government intervention is there is no need, and only private is very much important for that, like that, the idea has changed. So the government came to interfere, and USSR have the successful model, and the first planning goes to the year 1922 in USSR, that is Soviet Union. Okay, come to our point in Indian planning. We start from the year 1947. Before that, there are some people who really initiated some initiatives to have the better planning. That is, and first it was proposed by Visvesvaraya in the year 1934, for whom we celebrate the Engineers Day. He proposed the agriculture, industrial aspect should be given more importance than the agriculture. This is the first one proposed by Visvesvaraya and followed by many peoples. And one of the most prominent planning which came before the independence and gave some impetus to the Congress of the time is its Congress plan. Congress plan. It came around the year 1938 under the leadership of Subhash Chandra Bose, and co-worked with Jawaharlal Nehru. This Congress plan, they usually constitute a committee, that is National Planning Committee, NPC, to attain many goals, which is the forefather of the present Planning Commission, which is scrapped in 2015. And before it is the forefather to the Planning Commission, and then many ideas has to be implemented through this National Planning Committee. That is Gandhian ideas, in which the more self-reliant village economy is given the prominent role, and agriculture is given a prominent role, and in village industries, they are the Gandhian aspects. After that, Sarvodaya plan, which is proposed by J.P. Narayan, he want to give importance to Panchayat Raj institutions. Before that, there is some dream to achieve the Panchayat Raj institutions, but in accordance with the planning, J.P. Narayan give impetus to that also. Main objectives of the planning, that is one of the main motto for planning commission is to attain the socio-economic objectives, that is to have the socio-economic welfare of the people. First one is economic growth, that is objectives. First one is economic growth, and second one poverty alleviation. These are the challenge before the planning commission. Poverty alleviation, employment generation, and fourth one, controlling socio-economic inequality, that is rich gets richer, poor gets poorer. That is the case in the time of independence also. In order to overcome this inequality or disparity, they want to plan according to that. Reducing economic disparity. And fifth one is self-reliance. In those days, we are not much good in food grain production. We want to believe on other nations like United States. So, in order to have a self-reliant economy is a very much important aspect of the independent nation. That is shining with a very good favor. We want to be a self-reliant economy and want to reduce our dependence on the imports of other countries. And sixth one is very important thing, that is modernization. These are the goals or objectives for planning commission. Our present planning commission is constituted in the 1950. It is just extra constitutional body which primary focus to achieve this 6 objectives. And then we come to the 5-year plannings. As this 5-year plannings, we have a totally up to present date, it is a 12 5-year plannings up to the year 2017. In the 2015, the planning commission has been scrapped into Niti Aayog, that is National Institution for Transformation of India. That is the constituted in the year 2015 January 1. And then coming to the planning commission, we have the 5-year plannings. Each one we have discussed in a detailed manner. First we discuss about 5-year plannings. There are totally 12-year plannings, as I said. First 5-year. It spans from the year 1951 to 1956. This is during the era of Jayalani. They give more impetus to the agriculture sector, because at the time, as I said, we are not having much good food grain facilities in our India. In order to improve our performance in agriculture, we want to give importance to agriculture. It is during the same time we established many institutions of national importance like IITs or NITs to have a better education in India. This is the agriculture is a prime focus in first 5-year plan. And second one is second 5-year plan. Second 5-year plan, which spans from the year 1956 to 61. As this first 5-year plan is very much success. They got nearly 3.6% growth for India. As they attained some good aspects in agriculture, they now move to industrial sector, which is heavy industries or small scale industries. We want to be an industrialized nation. That is the motto of that time government. Second one is industries. That is rapid industrialization they want to focus on. And third one is third 5-year plan. Third 5-year plan, which spans from the year 1961 to 1965. Again, this is one of the failed session of planning, because in the year 1962, India struck with Indo-China war, in which we have some defeat by China. As at the time the army is not, our defense force is not much developed at that time, India suffered defeat from the hands of China. And then again 1965 we got with Indo-Pakistan war. At the time we won over Pakistan, but this is not a very good case when we are suffering from any resources. We have met with war. It is not much easy to overcome from that effect. So we had a huge sufferings and huge resource loss in that war also. As we won in the Indo-Pakistan war, we have some effects of the war also. At the same time, 1965 to 66, we caught with the famine. That is due to some monsoon failure, and we are not much technical in agriculture. We are caught with the ill effects of the famine. That is the third case in which the third 5-year plan get to fail. In order to overcome that famine, the government has planned some green revolution measures. In that they want to have a high yielding varieties or high yielding varieties and tall crops which are very new to the